Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Alice Fong and welcome to my Healing Around the World project. Today I have the wonderful opportunity to introduce my colleague who I graduated with, Dr. Kellyn Misset.
Hi everybody.
And we went to school together at Bastyr University and she also went on and got her acupuncture license as well as her naturopathic doctor's license, which is really amazing.
It's been a long time.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. So what brought you into naturopathic medicine? Why did you decide to become a doctor?
Ooh, I feel we were just kind of talking before this interview started. And this is a question I just feel like I've answered again and again in my life. And there's always a little bit of a different story or different twist behind it. But I was someone as a kid, like most doctors I feel like are, that just kind of had an inkling that it was something that they wanted to do. They liked helping people. As a little kid, I was like, oh, I want to be a vet, you know?
Exactly.
And that grew into wanting to help people. And it was something that ultimately I knew that I wanted to do. And it was kind of this confluence of influences and people in my life that kind of led me into naturopathic medicine. And it was kind of ripe for the time. I was a teenager, a little bit of into thinking about things differently, kind of exploring other avenues of what it meant to be human and life and medicine and whatnot and art and stuff. And and that's how I ended up kind of discovering naturopathic medicine, and it just kind of clicked for me. As a different way of thinking about health that really just seemed to be so simple but profound at the same time.
It's a beautiful way to describe it. Simple but profound. I love it. And so we are here in Dr. Misset's beautiful office in Monroe, Connecticut. So what brings you to Connecticut?
Oh, I'm from here originally. I grew up actually in Shelton, Connecticut, which is just a little bit south of where we are right now. I was a transplant, and that's where I met Alice on the West Coast. We met in Seattle when I was at Bastyr. We both went through that program together. And I ended up staying out there longer than I was expecting. Went through the naturopathic medicine program, ended up going on to doing a residency towards the end of that in family medicine and pediatrics. And through that residency experiences, that was a couple of years. And so I just started to grow my practice in Seattle, knew a lot of really wonderful families, took care of a lot of really wonderful people. And there was such a great community of other providers out there that I wasn't ever quite ready to leave. And it kind of got to a point, at the end of my master's education too, because I went back to school for another couple of years, that it just seemed like the right opportunity to move back here. My whole family's here. That was something that was really important to me. Coming back to my hometown area where there isn't so many people who do what I do, to kind of come back to this area and offer that as a service to the community was important to me. And so it was a big pull, but here I am, and it's been a transition, but the weather's starting to clear and spring's here, and
sunshine, and yes, I definitely get how important family is, and it is important. You get to bring back something beautiful and amazing to your hometown that's not really offered here, probably. Great. So tell me about what types of patients do you see here?
Yeah, so the practice that I have here is family oriented, just like my practice in Seattle was. So I do a lot of family medicine. I am someone who has kind of more specialized in women's health and pediatrics. So I do see a lot of people for hormonal concerns, everything from your periods not happening to you want to have a baby and you need, so a lot of fertility, menopause, thyroid issues. With the kids, it's chronic infections, people that are looking for options, kind of either to go along with medication or instead of medication to see if there's something different to do for anxiety or ADHD, things of that nature. A lot of mental health. Everybody's a little bit stressed out, and kind of struggling in their own ways. So able to kind of pull in from a lot of different arenas, and from naturopathic medicine and also the acupuncture side of things.
Great, great. And what are some approaches you take with your patients as far as helping them with their conditions?
Yeah. A big thing for me is education.
Right.
I want people to understand. I think that's what we do really well as naturopathic doctors. Just I want people to understand how it is that they got to their place, that they're at in their health, and what their options are in terms of how do I kind of, climb out of where I am right now, whether that's through nutrition or just like we really need to work on sleep, and how do we create some strategies to get people sleeping better, different activities, exercise, what nutrients are actually right for your body. Like the people or individuals that I see that come in with like bags and bags of supplements that they've gotten, and really what I try to do is parse things down to this is important for you for these reasons, for this amount of time, right. And so doing nutrient therapy with people in that way, some herbs, and acupuncture too. Yeah.
Great. Awesome. Great. Right. So if you could offer one piece of advice or a few pieces of advice to someone who had limited access to healthcare and wanted to get healthy, what would that be?
Wow, that it's kind of a hard question to just give one piece of advice. So, I mean, and I also find it to be layered as well too. So the biggest thing is that as a naturopathic doctor, what we tend to believe in is that kind of your health is in your hands. One of our beliefs and tenets of our medicine is that you have the ability to help and heal yourself. And for me, what that means when we're talking about limited access to resources and things of that nature is what can you do for yourself right now, today, tomorrow, tonight, to help you move forward on your path to health. And that could be something as simple as going to bed when you feel tired, or drinking an extra cup of water, getting outside and going for a walk in the woods or in the sunshine. We've got so many great trails in nature around here that can just doing something small, even if it feels insignificant, can have a big impact on how you feel for the next couple of hours, the next day, the next week. There's also, it's also a complicated question, Alice, too. Yeah. And so for people that may be struggling as to what do I do next, I'm not really quite sure. What are my resources? I don't even know how to access these resources or if I can afford something, is really just reaching out to your community to find out what those resources might be, because oftentimes they do exist, but they might just be hard to find. And as a new person within this kind of Monroe, Connecticut community, that's part of what I'm doing right now as a doc, is I'm trying to find out what resources exist here, so I can help others find them more easily.
Great. Yeah. Well, that's awesome. And I'm sure Monroe is happy to have you as a new doc.
Thank you.
In this area. Great. Well, Dr. Misset, thank you so much for being a part of my project.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Great. So thanks everyone for watching. Please share this video and future videos with everyone you know and spread the word about healing around the world.
Wonderful.